Well, I didn't do one of these yesterday because the dopings weren't as intense. We backed off for a bit. But sure enough, I was thinking throughout the day, yeah, it's not going to take much. It's not really going to take anything for these people to crack out the usual stuff, sort of thing. So between then and that, I've been taking stuff in and nothing really to pay much attention to. Sometimes that sort of thing, the crazy stuff that can go on. But yeah, nothing really major. I did figure yesterday. Well, they're doing what they tend to do on the TV and they tend to do on the internet. It's sort of, I'll see stuff, they'll dope me up to try to get me to see things I wouldn't see in it, in the content I view, to try and, condition my behaviour or whatever, test this, that, or whatever, and see where it goes, sort of thing. So I knew pretty much yesterday, thinking throughout the day, yeah, it ain't gonna be long before, eventually they will pull those stunts. So it's sort of, because I mean, today around food times, not so much drug-ins, but shenanigans. I didn't pay much of any attention to, no serious attention to. But yeah, shenanigans around that, and then soon afterwards, when I found something quite funny, the dopings escalated off the back of that. But it's I sort of sussed. They pulled a few shenanigans and all that yesterday, and despite the lessening of the drug-ins and in the early hours, but nothing to take seriously, nothing I haven't covered before, sort of thing. Yeah, it struck me. There's no small dose of epistemological vanity and stupidity. And both at the same time in many instances with these people, not least off the back of no small dose of determinism. These people seem to go on. And it's just, that isn't one of the reasons, but look at the window now, there ain't really much to see. It's like there ain't really much to see. Sometimes I'll give a reaction, but it's nothing, there's nothing to take seriously. It's just like, that's the way it is. But yeah, it's like, that's important to bear in mind, that when I do see things, like I say, yesterday I was thinking, well, hang on a sec, it's only going to be a matter of time before they let me look out the window at stuff that means nothing, and then give me these dopings to try and make me think it means this, it means this, it means this, and then run around off the back of stuff like that, as they are wont to do, the neurotics behind the institutional model of mental distress, which sort of are in line with, if they are going to haul me in this coming week onto a psychiatric ward, if they are going to, I was supposed to see a doctor at the doctor's place across the way, after it was suggested that I see a psychiatric worker, but it's sort of like I say, the medium is a message, and seeing these people sort of precludes a degree of involvement with them, a greater degree of involvement with them that I'm just not interested in anymore. But even if I do see a doctor or even speak to a doctor on the phone, there will be almost certainly under the working alongside the ad agency and so on and so forth. The neurotics behind the institutional model of mental distress. But like I say, it's like I see this stuff now, it doesn't really tend to register. It's just like I see it, and yeah, interesting, I'm sure. Not to me. And that's the way it is, sort of thing. But yeah, it was only yesterday that I was thinking. And like I said, tried to pull stunts yesterday. They've been pulled countless times before. They tried to pull a stunt this morning that they've tried to pull countless times before. They just no point in me going over it because it's stuff again I've covered countless times before. But yeah, it'd be nice to just speak with a doctor at that place and say, well, look, I don't mind them getting they could get their information themselves on how to reduce the chemicals that I'm on to reduce fatigue, assuming it's coming from those pills, and weight gain, assuming that's coming from those pills as well. It would make sense for them to do that. But like I said, these people can just come charging in and say, "Oh no, you'll be entertained." Not least because they got me under a measure called community treatment order that was sort of concocted during the amalgam years, and which they'll cling on to, sort of thing. I'd have thought maybe. Again, not interested. That's the way it is. So yeah, they may call me off tomorrow. Or sometime this week. I've got some engineer coming tomorrow to do something or other. They may start going on like a twat. I'm really not fucking interested. But oh yeah, and what else have I got? No, I haven't got anything then until my shopping on Saturday, and there was a performance around my shopping on Saturday that doesn't bear talking about. I've explained why when you point out certain things, when they'll just run around trying to make it look good, or trying to work off the back of it or whatever. Some pretty silly stuff, if you ask me, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, so who knows, I may get casted off this week. Any involvement from anyone with any connection with these people, and it just sort of, again, the media is a message, precludes greater involvement. It's just, from my point of view, it's just best left. I'm not interested anymore in these people. So that's the way it is, really. It's like I said, over the past 24 to 36 hours, it's sort of been just little things going on, but like I say, I did figure quite quickly, well, hang on a sec, yeah, they're gonna this stuff's, I'm gonna be like neutrally looking out and about, and they're gonna be sitting there thinking, right, and then eventually we'll give him the usual concoctions to try and get him to look into things in ways that he wouldn't look into things, to try and see where that goes, and so on and so forth. And it's so fucking boring. It really is so fucking boring. But I had a bit of a laugh off the back of something on the Tesco's, off an email I got off Tesco's that was tinkered about with by that lot. It's pretty daft stuff, really. It's stuff that's been dealt with ages ago. So, but they do have their neuroses, these people, behind the ad agency. But yeah, it was, yeah. So yesterday, yeah, ain't gonna be long before they start cracking out the the chemicals to try and this, that, and whatever. Sure enough, that's what took place. Doesn't matter if I did anything or not. Sooner or later they would. That's what they do. That's why I've realised that any involvement with them is best left now. And focus now on getting these chemicals reduced, while they may just come charging in and say whatever, whatever they want. Right, we're detaining you. And then it's just like where you go through that incredibly boring process yet again of the type of stunts these people can pull. That's about that, really. But yeah, all pretty boring stuff. I mean, the key thing for me is, at least I recognised yesterday. Oh yeah, they're gonna. They're going to start concocting this stuff again. But as well, hitting on the notion of this epistemological vanity and stupidity that they've got around notions like determinism. Just goes to show you can't really read minds, can you? Like I said, mock the process before. I suppose it's telepathy now. But anyway, that's the way it is. I've got my meal. I'm going to marinate my salmon in a bit. I've got salmon with salad. I'll marinate it in a bit, maybe over at 7:30, 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. But yeah, today hasn't been much, if anything, in the way of progress. Yesterday was. I watched a film yesterday as well. I think I mentioned that. No, I didn't mention that. I watched that film, Man of Marble. I did mention it a while back. I remember watching it when I was a kid. It was disjointed as it had been heavily edited, I suppose. Not really much of a narrative thread going through it, sort of thing. But it passed the time. It was interesting to pick up one or two things from it. That was about it, really. I've got another one called Man of Iron, which was the second of the films. They may get round to watch it, but I just couldn't be bothered today. I'd rather have a bit of a read. Did do some exercise again today. Didn't yesterday, but did today. I need to do a little bit more in a sec. But yeah. So the thing now is, I've got my bags packed. I haven't unpacked them. Still got my bags packed, just in case these people declare from up on high that I'm going to be detained. All the type of stuff they do pull around here does sort of preclude, go along with some type of thing like that. I'd have thought. Maybe not, maybe not. Don't know. It could do. Before now and then, or when I speak to a doctor over there or whatever, I've got to stay on the pills I'm on that are making me fat and tired, possibly, and just get on with it, sort of thing.